Well, guys, this is the Africa Twin, and I was thinking about selling it, but I just don't know if I can part with it. You know, this is the bike of my dreams, and I don't know if I want to sell it. The engine, the transmission is great. Sure, it's got some problems here and there, requires maintenance. It doesn't have fuel injection. It doesn't have a shaft drive. It's got problems with some of the electronics, the rectifier, the fuel pump. All things I've corrected over the years. But I want to show you the bike, look around, and some of the modifications I have and modifications for the future. So let's get started. Of course, this is a 750cc bike, V-twin, like that. It's no longer the inline 2s that the new Africa Twins have. So this has a little bit more character. It's got the iconic bash plate. I just love how that thing is just so over the top. It protects so much of the engine. And look at this, you got like dipstick, not even a sight glass. And I got a full power exhaust, which I never even heard of it, but I bought it like that. I do wish I had the stock exhaust so I could hear it, but most of the Africa Twins, they have exhausts because, you know, they've been around for a while. And it's got a 6-gallon tank. Of course, this thing does not get great fuel mileage. I was expecting a little bit more, or at least I wanted a little bit more. But, you know, there's a little bit of a balance because the bike is so durable, so reliable. Over the years, it tends to be better to have a more reliable bike than something that's fuel efficient and not as reliable. And of course, 750cc engine is robust enough that you can keep it for a very long time and not have any issues. And of course, that's a 17-inch Tourance tire. 21 is the 21 in the front, dual disc rotors in the front, and this is liquid cooled. It's got about 60 horsepower. It does have preload adjustment right here. It's the stock seat. I do have a Corbin seat that I do not like. This one's more comfortable. I put this here. It's just very crappy because I bought a USB charger, and the USB charger doesn't have like an on-off switch, so I did that just for now. This here, you have your air filter, 4 screws, pops it out, boom, you're done. Let me turn this off, just power off. Look at that. I will just cancel that. And you know, the bike just looks great, I think. Of course, fuel pump issues do happen on this bike. I've changed that out. That's your petcock. This little rubber thing has fallen off. This part that attaches to the frame, I need to get like another piece of plastic so it don't scratch the swing arm. And I do have a new front sprocket, but I need to change the sprockets in my next time I come here. Under this cover, you have the rectifier and some wires which tend to get hot. So I have replaced the starter solenoid, even though I didn't need to because it was a little bit on the burn side. The wires tend to get burned here. Be very careful. And good grab rails. It's the radiator. I did put LED blinkers, and then I removed the turn signal bulb from the back here, because once you do that, they will work. If you leave it on and you put LED blinkers, what happens is that they blink all at the same time, so it's useless. I don't mind having this out, but there is a better way. If you put the bulb back in, these will become 4-way hazards every time you turn left and right. So you would have to get these adapters for each of the blinkers. And you can see here, they look good, you know. I think for next year I would get an LED light bulb for the rear. I would definitely get a LED bulbs for the front. There's some people that have actually replaced the actually headlight assembly. I just don't like that too much because I like to keep it with the glass. And then there's like these little parking lights in there that I'd like to also replace with LEDs. Might as well. It's probably the most modern thing I have is the LED blinkers on this bike. And it's 1995 and it still looks great. Another thing I plan on doing, because I think my exhaust has got a hole right there, it's cracked. It's a little bit hard to see and it's a little bit louder, so I want to put some tape, some exhaust tape. I know it's not great, but just kind of wrap it around there. And the big thing I want is a center stand. A center stand is just so easy, like, to do maintenance on it. It should have come stock, but it didn't. It does have a space for it, so I want to get that. And I'd like to get some better grips, maybe get some bar ends that are better. The mirrors are okay, they're a little bit on the rusty side. I would like to have gold handlebars just to kind of match the rims that you can't really see right now. And you know, this bike has just been durable. It's left me stranded because of the problems that it has with the electronics, like the fuel pump and the rectifier. It stopped a couple of times just for the fuel pump and I had to get it towed. But engine wise, motor, the transmission, it's been just amazing. The only thing is just you got to change the oil. Remember, I kept this bike stored for 10 years. I got here, I changed the fuel, I changed the battery, I changed the oil, and then there was some corrosion in the fuses and it lit up. It was just with a few cranks. The key is to turn off your petcock and make sure you have the tank full gas on. I put stabilizer and turn off the petcock, let it run until it runs dry in the carbs. You can even undo the float in the carb, make sure that there's no fuel there, and then you have a fresh carburetor that you don't need to clean. I have never cleaned this carburetor ever, and it just keeps working. And that's why the 95 Africa Twin is considered the GOAT. It's better than the new Africa Twin when it comes to just a durability aspect, fun, character. This is the OG. It's an incredible machine, and I just love the way it looks. I mean, what an incredible, awesome looking machine. Like, when people see this thing going down the road, they still like go, oh my God, that is an awesome bike. And it is. I think it's my favorite bike Honda has ever created. I would like to add a Africa Twin to my collection, but I just can't see myself selling this one. I just can't. It's just an amazing bike. It's amazing. I love it so much. Anyway, guys, that's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.